I believe that regional cooperation is a must for us, especially for smaller markets as Slovenia, Croatia and Hungary and so on. Because as we discussed on today's panel, the regulatory framework and all the bureaucracy and so on, which is more or less written for the big players, it's quite a burden for small stock exchanges. So the only solution, if you would like to reach economy of scale, because all these regulations and compliances and so on is connected with costs, so we need economy of scale, and the only possibility is to work as a region here in this part of Europe. So working as a sea region together, I mean, this is not something new. We are working on this project for many years. But what is a new moment in this occasion is that first time in my 4 years in the stock exchange that somebody from the government came and give a really honest support to this project, which is something new, and I believe that without our governments, especially in the countries where stock exchanges are private owned, is this even more important, that we have support from our politicians, and I would be really glad if your president, who expressed a lot of interest in capital market and promised us support, that maybe he starts some kind of initiative and try to spread this support also on other countries. I would be more than glad that our president would hear from your how important capital market for country really is. The challenges are more or less the same. One would say that these countries are completely different. So Poland, quite a big country, Slovenia only 2 million. On the other side, one countries are developed, the other ones are emerging, the third one are only frontier. So from the first point of view, we would say what's the common point of these countries? But it is we are all countries from ex-communism countries, which have capital market for 30 or less years. So we are quite new on this podium, and we don't have culture, we don't have mentality that Germany, France, and not to speak UK and America has. And this is what is in common to these countries, that we are on the same level of development of capital market. It all started from the scratch 30 or less years ago. And that's why I believe we should work together, because we face the same problems, which are lack of big companies, illiquid markets, more or less bank-centric financing. In Slovenia, it's 80% of whole financing is via banks, which is not even close the case in developed countries. So these are all issues that we are all facing.